Hello everyone, Oksana here, and I'm here with my sister Viktoriya. Thank you for joining today's class. We are going to get started in just a few minutes, and we want to make sure that everything is good on our side. So let me know that you can hear me and you can see my screen. So type yes in the chat box or in the comments, and let me know that you can actually see my screen. As well as let us know where you're from and what is it you need help with. What inspired you to sign up to this webinar? How we can help you. So make sure that you also close all of your browsers except this one and put your phone on silence. We put a lot of time and effort into this presentation, and the whole focus for you is to have tremendous amount of value and education. So at the end of this class, we are going to send you a couple of resources as well as give you an opportunity to speak with us one-on-one if you feel like you need a help at the end of this presentation. So because we value your time and appreciate you being here, let's go ahead and get started and see who is this class for. So you're in the right place if you're struggling with any of these autoimmune or inflammatory conditions, from gut issues to lupus, Hashimoto's, fibromyalgia, and scleroderma. This is also for you if you have already tried a natural way healing from autoimmunity and tried dietary changes or supplements, but it didn't get you to the recovery that you want. So this is very important thing to understand, that even with unlimited wealth and resources, even when it seems like you tried everything, if you don't have the right information, you can still have an autoimmune disease. So this is for you if you want to be able to recover without supplements and avoid dangerous side effects of medication. However, this class is not for everyone. This is not for you if you're not willing to learn something new. And you want to continue doing research and information gathering and don't intend on taking action. This is also not for you if you want to just cover up your symptoms and you're looking for shortcuts and quick fixes, because we all know that shortcuts don't exist. So in the next 30 minutes, we're going to talk about a revolutionary way of recovering from autoimmunity. So let's go ahead and get started with the bulk of this presentation. And if you stay until the end of this class, we are going to give you a special staying gift, an opportunity to speak with us one-on-one. And we typically charge for these calls $100. And this call is complimentary only if you finish this presentation, and the opportunity is only at the end of this class. So otherwise, we do charge for this call $100 for consultations, but otherwise we're going to give you this call for free as a special gift for staying until the end of this class. At this point, you might be wondering, why should I listen to you, and how do I know that you're giving me the right information? So my sister and I, we are peer-reviewed, published immunology scientists and nutritionists specializing in autoimmune diseases. In addition, we have 10 years of research working in the field of immunology and 10 years of nutritional studies and clinical experiences in disease reversal and natural healing protocols. So here I am, Oksana, with my mentor and principal co-investigator, Dr. Gruber. Dr. Gruber is a chief of staff at the VA Medical Center in Detroit, Michigan. And here he's presenting me with the research award that I received for my work in immunology. And here's another photo of Dr. Gruber and I, and Dr. Weaver, who has also been supportive of our work in helping people recover. And he's a chief of surgery at Wayne State University School of Medicine. So these are mentors and coaches who have helped us gain this knowledge and experience helping people heal. And I have personally presented our findings in immunology in all of these national and international conferences. So my experience in education in the field helped my sister and I understand cellular biology, and what specific nutrients a cell need to reverse chronic diseases. And I have been awarded for my work in immunology. In addition, what else you should listen to us is that we also been where you are. We suffered with hair loss, teeth infections, chronic inflammation, and how we went from sick and tired to happy and healthy and thriving using this rarely talked about process that stops autoimmune diseases, that and its drugs. So we spent about $300,000 to learn this information, and most importantly, helped other people do that. So once you figure out why, the real reasons you are sick, and what you need to do to fix it, then you can get your health back. Masking over symptoms will not deliver health to anybody. I'm going to talk about more of that in this class. So a client of ours has said, this is true. I went to see more than 10 doctors and none of them were able to help me like you ladies are helping me right now. I am so happy you're a blessing to me. Another client said that I'm working with the girls now and have mainly digestive issues. Ulcerative colitis, Crohn's, and diverticulitis runs in my family, but I am determined to not follow. In just 8 days, my chronic digestion pain feels 90% better. She also said that I just finished a 75-minute yoga class and killed it. Absolutely no inflammation in my joints, and I could move effortlessly again. This hasn't happened in almost 2 years now since my ANA was positive. I'm only on day 8 of my plan. Thank you, Viktoriya and Oksana. I love you girls and the life you give back to us. And NICOLE made this post on her Facebook profile since we finished working with her personally, saying how she's living proof that it can happen through nutrition, knowledge, and no supplements, drugs, or medicine of any kind. And she said this is the best gift I could ever gotten this year, and her ANA test came back negative after 8 weeks only working with us one-on-one. Another client of us has said that if anyone is dealing with chronic illness, you need to check these girls out. I reversed my ulcerative colitis symptoms in less than a month through their rapid healing program. Just a little nudge, if you need help with autoimmune disease, symptom-free from Crohn's is pretty damn amazing. Zero evidence of thyroid disease or Crohn's in labs and symptoms. I got more help from you in 6 weeks than I got from my doctors in 10 years. I was told that there's no cure and that I had to learn to cope with my symptoms. I feel fantastic thanks to you. Another client of ours said that I was in and out of the ER for about 1.5 to 2 years. My doctor appointments will live like this and struggle to live until I met Viktoriya and Oksana. Their program changed my life forever. Schedule a call and talk to them. I let months go by thinking that they couldn't help me and that they were just another program that would leave me hanging. I was wrong. They have found the solution through years and years of their own experience and through helping hundreds and hundreds of people. You take a chance every single day on taking a pill, so why not take a chance to save your life with no pills at all? Another client said, because of your guys' support and with the great news I got yesterday, it shows I'm on the right track to better health. So how did they all do that? How did they all gain their health back? We're going to teach you in this class the old way of recovering from autoimmunity and why it hasn't been working for you. And then we're going to talk about the new way, treating autoimmune disease and how to make it work for you. And it's a lot easier than you think. So the old way of treating an autoimmune disease is medications. So doctors are pushing drugs because they're not trained in nutrition for disease reversal. They either don't know another alternative or they don't have the experience healing people using only nutrition besides just tell them just to eat healthy. So if they don't know it, how can they teach it to you? So the doctors are the victim of this system. We see medicine as a tool. Medications can save your life, but it can never give you your health. So taking medication is like putting a bandage on a wound and is not addressing the root of your problems. So when you only treat the symptom, which is what medication does, it covers it up rather than healing it. And that's where it reappears. That's why a lot of people still feel sick despite taking medication. So for you to actually heal and recover from your autoimmunity, we have to heal it where it begins at the root or the source. Does this make sense? And realize that medicine tries to make your body not feel what it's feeling. So if you're in pain and you take medicine, you don't feel as much pain, but do you still have the thing that causes the pain? 100% yes. So what made us realize is that what doctors do is that they manage symptoms and they do everything they can to force the body to stay alive so you can feel better. But rarely do they reverse what is happening, and they never address what is causing it. So if you have an autoimmune disease, you're going to be told that you must be on medications for the rest of your life because medicine guarantees that you will never recover. So you'll just have to manage the symptoms and learn to tolerate them. So when we first met Nicole, she suffered with chronic pain and various autoimmune symptoms. Some of her symptoms were bloating, joint pain, inflammation, numbness, and tingling sensations. And how medical establishment works right now is that she was treating her symptoms with medications and surgeries, and even had her gallbladder removed because the doctors misdiagnosed her. She spent $20,000 into surgeries and medications over the course of 3 years, following the old approach. So the option right now is treating the symptoms with medications or surgeries, and it costs you between $5,000 to $20,000 to go through this process, but it's never really fixing the problem. So how many of you were told to do an elimination diet, for example? Yes, so the old way, you go to the doctor or functional medicine doctor to treat the symptom, you run a lot of tests or allergy tests, you take medicine for what they see in your test, they give you a bunch of supplements or give you a general elimination diet or some kind of general guideline. And so how many of you have been given that general diet to follow and you still don't feel sick? So this is the old way.
Sick medicine, I had surgeries, supplements, I spent like
Yeah, so basically you get the point, right? So basically you get the point. That's the old way that Nicole was following. She was not getting better. And so what changed that helped Nicole reverse her autoimmunity was getting to the root of her symptoms instead of treating her symptoms and having a personalized approach to her recovery. So how do you recover? How did all these people get better? So the first step, what you have to do is you have to fix yourself. Identify what you need to give your body or your cells to heal itself and optimize your immune system so it stops producing all the inflammation. So there has never been a sick person full of healthy cells, correct? And there has never been a healthy person with sick cells. So the first step to your recovery, what you have to do is you have to fix yourself. So your body, if you look at it under the microscope, it is nothing more than a collection of cells. So if you are sick with autoimmunity, it all comes down to how well each of your cells functioning. So you got heart cells, nail cells, skin cells, immune cells. All of these cells make your tissues and organs of your body. So they're building blocks, and they are where every human function takes place. Yes, exactly. And you have 100 trillion of cells, and that's what you are. You're nothing more than the collection of cells. And your cells are living machines. And if you're missing the part or component of that machine, such as certain nutrients for them to function, then it's not going to work. It is like a car without wheels. So if you're having brain fog, chronic fatigue, joint pain, there's something wrong with your cells. So how well your body functions is determined by how well each of the cells is working. So everything that you are and can do physically is a result of the health or the unhealthiness of the cells. So every day your body makes new cells out of the food you eat. So you can literally transform your body from sick to vibrant health, regardless of how long you've been sick or your disease, or regardless of your diagnosis. So that's why the disease is a result of how unhealthy some of the cells are in your body. And thus, to keep individual cells healthy is to experience health in the whole body. In reverse, when individual cells become unhealthy, tissues can become unhealthy. And if it's left unchecked, disease can result in the death of the whole person, as well as chronic inflammation. So how do you recover? Step number 1 is fix your cells. Step number 2, isolate anything that is still causing you not to get better. So we took NICOLE's current diet and we showed her how to make step-by-step improvements to optimize her recovery. So her cells start functioning at the optimal level. And your body starts reversing your disease for you when you give it the right tools to do it. So we helped her identify which essential foods her cells needed and were missing, and how to convert her current diet into the one that is made specifically for her autoimmune recovery. Then we guided her every day and made necessary adjustments based on her body's response. And by day 10, she reported, I woke up in much better shape today. No anxiety, alert, and rested. Day 23, no intestinal left-sided pain at all today. Day 30, joint pain is pretty much non-existent. So what doctor will offer you this kind of level of support? They see you for 15 minutes and you're on your way, and you don't talk to them until something bad happens again. After having positive ANA for years, NICOLE's ANA came back negative in only 8 weeks, once you give yourselves what they need to heal. So we are taught that the most serious diseases don't ever go away. All we can do is use medication or surgeries to treat the symptoms. It turns out that this is only true when we stick to the medications for treatment, rather than the lifestyle changes to treat the actual cause of the disease and give your cells what they need to repair. No matter what the cause of your autoimmune disease is, when you give your body all that it needs, it will repair the damage and get back to optimal health. So step number 3 is, after you've done 1 and 2, you want to fix the things that get in your way of your recovery. So for example, following the current medical establishment, Madison drove 7 hours to see her scleroderma specialist over the course of 4 years while seeing her disease progress. She was working with many experts and medical doctors, and yet she continued to get worse. Having someone guide me on what to do and not to do would be a huge help to me. Just in 4 years since her diagnosis, she developed joint pain. This is what she was dealing with. Positive ANA. She had to get surgery because of her tendon ruptures. She had Raynaud's disease. And she was dealing with unexplained weight loss and constipation, skin discoloration, tightness. So we had to address the reasons why she was not getting well, despite working with all of these doctors. And once we did that and told her what her cells need for healing, in 6 weeks only, not months or years, she no longer had tendon ruptures, no more constipation, no more fatigue, no more numbness or swollen fingers, no more dryness, and no more Raynaud's. And she actually sent us this text message saying that she can actually see veins in her hands, and she haven't had veins show, much less pop up in hands in years, because her skin was so tight. So her skin was actually getting better. As people who know, scleroderma affects your skin. It's a very aggressive disease.
I've seen great results. I have no tendon rubs, which I have not had 0 tendon rubs, so that's like amazing. I don't have any in my ankles, none in my wrists. My skin is so much softer. My hands are probably where my skin is the most tight and thick. And just recently I really noticed that I can like start seeing the veins in my hands again, which I never could because it was so thick. And then like another thing is when I wake up in the mornings, my fingers and hands are not as swollen as they were. Used to, my rings would get really, really tight over like the night. And now when I wake up, like they're just normal, which is awesome. And then as far as like constipation, that has completely gone away. Like I was going, before the program, I was going 4 to 5 days without using the bathroom. And I was having to take, supplements and things that would help me. And it was really frustrating because then I was full and bloated and it was just like a ripple effect. And so now I am regular. Like I go every day and I don't get that full and I'm not bloated. So like all of that's improved as well, which is awesome. The amount of progress I've made in 6 weeks is more than I had ever, like I had never made progress in 4 years. I just kept getting worse slowly. So it's worth it. Like I have seen.
So once you do these steps, there's no reason for you to continue suffering. And it sounds simple, but this is a new revolutionary way. Because if you don't know what your cells need, and if you don't know what's causing you to stay sick, how are you ever going to get better? So for you to recover, you have to follow these steps. Fix your cells, give your cells what they need to recover, isolate anything that's still causing you not to get better, fix the things that get in your way of your recovery. So we don't want to just take medicine and pretend that this is not happening. Recovering from a chronic disease is not just about information. It's about having the right support, education, and having someone walk you through the proven process of disease reversal and make adjustments when needed to ensure you get the best results. So you have to understand what makes this process different is that it is not just a meal plan. Others just give you a prescribed program and don't know whether or not it will work for them. So that's why the new way of recovering from autoimmunity and why it's been working so well is that what you have to do is you have to know what's normal to feel, what's not normal to feel while you're healing, and what adjustments you need to make to get the best outcome possible. What exactly your cells need to heal and how to get there. So the new way of treating the disease is having a customized, personalized approach, because information on what to eat or not to eat is not enough for disease reversal. Many people can just Google that, but they're still not getting better. So it's about having the right information, addressing the root of your symptoms, and having someone guide you through the recovery every single day to ensure you get better. And if your doctor tells you that you can reverse an autoimmune disease or chronic illness, that just means he or she hasn't done it. So another thing you want to talk about is what is the difference between using food versus steroids for autoimmunity? So medication can suppress your immune system, which can be life-saving when you're severely ill from autoimmunity, but also leaves you susceptible to infections. So what steroids do is they actually suppress the whole immune system, the anti-inflammatory immune system and the inflammatory immune system. And this is not what you want to do because there's side effects with that. So what you want to do is you want to use nutrition to suppress the inflammatory immune response and strengthen the anti-inflammatory immune response. So you want to suppress the part that goes haywire. What medicine does, it is suppresses the entire immune system, treating the symptom, the surface problem, while causing other side effects. As you know, a lot of people get problems with their bones start melting, they get infections. It's just not the right way to go about it long term. So for example, while on steroids for his rheumatoid arthritis, a 70-year-old client, Rudy, got a flesh-eating bacteria. His wound wouldn't heal because of steroids he was taking that suppressed the entire immune system. Imagine him already suffering with rheumatoid arthritis and diabetes. And now his doctors are even talking about cutting off his body parts because his wound won't heal. And what we did is we started working with Rudy to help him optimize his anti-inflammatory immune system. So give his immune system the tools to repair his body so his immune system can stop attacking his joints. And then also his immune system can start to heal the wound. And then by week 2, his wound started finally healing. By week 5, he no longer needed insulin. And by week 5, but by week 12, he got off all of his steroid medications. And this is a message his son Christopher left on a Facebook page. He said, if you're reading this post, let me assure you, these ladies have figured out the molecular science on autoimmune diseases. If you execute their plan, you will get better. My dad did this plan and got off all of his RA and diabetes medications. They're so passionate about what they do because they were in your shoes before. They have educated themselves and continue to do so. You will be safe and get positive results. And this is his son, Rudy's son, wrote that, and he told us that his dad got off all of his rheumatoid arthritis and diabetes medications.
I am going to fire my rheumatologist because he's not very receptive to diet. And in fact, he's told me quite emphatically that, there's nothing we can do with diet to improve the RA. He really wants to take his script pad and write me more medication. And some of these drugs are quite dangerous, and some even the biologics. So I am going to stick with my program, but he would not even order some new lab work to see where some of my RA markers are. So I do need to go somewhere else where they're a little bit more conducive to helping me measure where my body's at.
Rudy, I'm so proud of you. When you were telling me about your wound, I started crying. I started tearing up.
Well, it's been a journey. It's been a journey, but it was sort of a godsend because I was smacked into a wall and probably died if I hadn't taken this little side road, this sabbatical of not walking and looking for different things to try, like your program, to get me back on a different path from where I was headed. Because I was getting some very bad instruction sets from my doctors and essentially well-doers, but they just don't have the knowledge. They just don't have the background to be able to heal people. They can mask the symptoms and make me feel okay, and that's what I was doing. I was getting by every day, but not really getting any better. So here we are. We're at a juncture here where we can continue or go back, and I think I want to continue.
And I'm so glad that Christopher also contacted us, that he really wanted to help you. I'm just happy for you. Yes, so exactly, and that's why what we want to talk about, that's why we do this work, holding people's hands every single day to make sure we don't just isolate where your cells need to heal and what is causing your symptoms to stay, but also guide you through that process. In 6 weeks, people get better, not months, and there's no reason why you should continue staying sick.
One-fourth of what I was taking before, but right now I'm not taking any diabetic medication because I really can't afford to take it. The A1C had, I mentioned to you, it had been dropped, and they were quite delighted with that. That was the first cut on the meds.
I'm so happy for you that now your diabetes. So you can watch his full video on our Facebook page. It's actually there. So we don't have to go all the way into that. But what we want to work on is what we do. What you need to do to reverse your autoimmune disease is you have to shut off the inflammatory part, not necessarily with medicine, but you do it with food. So you stop feeding the part of your immune system that's attacking itself. So the new way is, like we talked about, is you want to identify what is causing you to stay sick, identify what you need to give yourself and your body to heal itself and optimize your immune system, and fix the things that get in your way of recovery and isolate anything that you're doing that is still causing you not to get better. So reversing a disease is like building a house. So I want you to think of an example. So you want to build a two-story house, maybe with a brick in front, and you want beautiful windows, and you tell the contractors how you want your house to look like. But all you do is you give them a pile of wood, and you say, here, go build my house. And it doesn't matter how much those constructors want to build your house, they can't do it. They just don't have enough tools, enough of raw materials to do it. So that's why your body is kind of like, when you're trying to heal from disease, it's like building your house. So if you don't give your body all the tools that it needs to do it, it's not gonna look like a nice house. So basically, your cells can do a little bit of work, but they can't build this house. And that's what's going on with you if you're not giving your cells the right tools that allow your cells to do the job. So they desperately want to do, which is to repair your body and bring your health back. And we know it's true because when you cut your finger, what do? Your finger heals. Do you get a sewing machine to do that? Your body knows how to repair itself. It all depends on what you do to support that. So the main reason someone struggles with a disease is because they simply don't have the raw materials the cells need to reverse the disease. And they do what they need to do to get back to health. So if the foundation is bad, can the structure be good? We know the answer is no. So if your cells are bad, can your health be good? And so how do you recover from this? You have to be willing and able to find and know what your cells need for healing and repair. And then step number 2, you need to be willing and able to find what is still causing your body to stay sick and how to fix it. And you need to be willing and able to isolate the things that you're doing wrong. And there are many theories out there about nutrition and what the cells need for disease reversal, which can be confusing for a lot of people. When you're trying to evaluate the effectiveness of what you're currently doing, the most important thing to look for are results. Now, the only thing that we teach our private clients are results, never are theories, because theories are often wrong, even when created by intelligent people who are right about many other things. So what it comes down to is people often tell me that they're still sick with autoimmune disease despite changing their diet and eliminating processed foods or sugar. And most of our clients recover in 4 to 6 weeks. That's why this new process is revolutionary, because recovering from autoimmunity is not just a meal plan. It's about having that knowledge, having that experience, giving yourselves, identifying what they need, the right amounts, isolating what is still causing you not to get better and fixing it. So why do our clients get better in 4 to 6 weeks? Because we are good at doing these things for you. So we use the term disease reversal because it is completely accurate. The disease started, became chronic, and now has been reversed. But don't just take our word for it.
The internet tells you there's no cure. The doctor says there's no cure for my disease. I'm grateful for you guys. Otherwise, I don't know what I'd be doing.
This is the best decision I've ever made for my health and for my life. What you're doing is saving lives.
The program did help me so much, knowing what to do and how to do it.
I got faith in the program. All my lab numbers are awesome now. All my inflammation numbers are exactly where they need to be.
The diabetes is well under control. I went from almost losing my life. I'm actually whole. I am a believer.
Your symptoms will come in how many days?
A week and a half.
I started noticing my joint pain was next time ago. I can do this now. I have no pain.
The amount of progress I've made is more than I have in 4 years. My ANA was positive for a long time. After working with you girls, it's negative again.
On the protocol, I was completely off my medication, gave me control of my life back.
I just want to assure whoever's thinking about this, it's definitely worth it.
Not only the symptoms of your autoimmune disease or chronic disease and your lab, all that will reverse, you'll be surprised at how many other wonderful things you'll notice too.
If y'all charge $15,000, I find a way to make it work.
The internet tells you there's.
So when you think you're a victim of your bad genetics, you have no power. When you realize that taking control of your nutrition and other lifestyle factors can optimize or even completely improve your health, it is so empowering. It's a gift. So your current health is a result of all the choices you have made and were made for you up until now. And if you want better health, you need to make new and better choices. It is really in your hands. So what do you need to do next? Number one, you have to be willing to unlearn that all things such as your age or genetics don't matter. Our cellular age matters. Our genes get triggered and untriggered. And you have to be willing to relearn new things. You have to be willing to relearn that medications don't address the real reason why the problem showed up in the first place. So people give you medications for your headaches, for example. But do you have a headache because you lack aspirin in your body? Absolutely not. So that's why what you need to do next is you have to be willing to unlearn the old things, and you have to be willing to relearn the new things. And there's only two ways for you to get your health back. Way number one is you want to try to figure it out on your own, which is very complicated and costly because eating better and taking random supplements will not fix it. How many of you taking a lot of supplements but you're still not getting better? There's so much bad information out there, and it takes a lot of time and money and energy to try to figure this out in years of your life. That's one way. You can do it yourself, but it's really impossible to stick to anything when you're not seeing results. It's the number one reason why people fail and why people are still sick is they try to figure it out on your own, and they don't know how to fix it. Lots of time and money is wasted, and they're not getting results. So obviously or there's another way to get better. You find someone to help you do it, and you be willing to listen and do what they tell you to do. You have to do something different to get different results. So you can read about healing from autoimmunity or doing surgery, but unless you have the experience and knowledge what it actually takes, how can you do surgery for someone by just reading a book? This is the same thing when it comes to reversing diseases. You have to do something different to get different results. You can do it on your own, or you can actually find someone to help you do that. And most of our clients see results within weeks working together, not years. So you know you're in the right track when you're actually getting better, not staying the same or worse. Another thing that you have to be able to do is take action and doing something different. You will go from where you are now, stick to full disease reversal and transformation in your health, mind, and body. So when you focus on what you're doing wrong and what your cells need, you will see fast recovery. There's no reason for people to stay sick. So that's what the solution for you is. If you want a help, we offer a complimentary call, one-on-one call, and we typically charge $100 for this call. And the call is not for everyone. This call is complimentary for people who have stayed until the class and you have seen the link gonna show up for you to schedule this call. Click on the link. And this call is for people who are ready to take action and try something new and ready to follow our process and get our help if you do decide to extend an invitation to work on your recovery. And that's why on this call, we'll discuss your situation and map out a confidential 90-day recovery plan with you. And if you know we can help you, we'll invite you to work with us and empower you with the truth and what you need to do to get your health back. So we want to help people who are already trying or are already ready to do what it takes to get their health. We don't want to drag anyone along through something that they don't already want for themselves. And we're looking for people who are ready to take action now, invest time, energy to fix their problem and have an expert guiding through that. And don't miss this opportunity and take the steps toward your health now. And the offer is available right now and right here. So go ahead, click on the link and schedule a call. Another thing that we're gonna give you this another opportunity is you can join a Facebook group for more education and support. So go ahead and search for a group, Viktoriya Oksana, and click join. If you need more help, support, and education, how you can gain your health back without the supplements, doctor visits, or medications. Thank you for staying until the end of this class, and God bless.